Glenn Beck is wrong, and this may be the last episode of the Chad Prather Show. Here's what I want to talk to you about on Tuesday, which, of course, we know Tuesday is Monday's hangover. Let's get into it. Now, Joe Biden, the president of the United States, is discussing shutting down the Russian pipeline as sanctions, listen to me, as punishment to hurt the Russian economy. What does that mean? It means Biden believes that shutting down a pipeline equals intentionally damaging an economy. Well, that's interesting. I mean, he shut down our pipeline. So was that sanctions against America? Don't you ever just want to just throw your hands up in the air and scream WTF at the sky? I don't know if you guys are feeling the pain at the pump like I am right now, but I got a feeling you are. The Biden solution is to send people right now to negotiate with Iran and Venezuela and Saudi Arabia. Iran, Venezuela, and Saudi Arabia. Let that just ruminate in your mind. Seriously. Joe Biden basically imposed sanctions on the United States by shutting down the North American pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline. Literally everything that Joe Biden has done has been detrimental to this country. Everything he's done. It's as if he's purposefully trying to bring about the fall of America. He's not only spineless, he's also brainless. This is what you get, folks, when wokeism takes over. And Joe's clueless. He doesn't have a clue. Joe Biden's a train wreck, and we're the train. Even if he were to open up American oil right now, if he was to choose Midland, Texas over Moscow, Russia, here's the problem, and here's where Glenn's wrong. Because Glenn keeps saying, just open it up, open it up. We would not be ready to produce and distribute oil for at least 9 months because of supply chain issues that were created by the Biden administration. We, the USA, we were producing a lot of oil in early 2020. We had cheap money, and we had a government that was wanting energy independence. Then this crazy pandemic was pushed on us globally. So what do? We stopped drilling because oil price dropped due to demand destruction. So let me just educate you for a minute, because I really don't know a lot about this, but I know enough to be dangerous. Oil wells, they decline over time. And when we stop drilling, our volume drops off very quickly. Now, when we start back up with the drilling, when the prices are right, it takes time to replace the volumes that were lost due to the natural decline of the wells. And shale wells, they decline real quickly after an initial early peak. You have to have a minimum amount of drilling activity to replace the natural decline of the wells, and even more activity to grow production. So now you add in this ESG score crap and the woke banks and the supply chain issues. You can't get goods, you can't get materials, you can't get supplies. And the labor shortage, because nobody wants to go to work thanks to the stimulus checks and all these other things. They're leading to more and more fiscal caution by the oil industry. So there's no more cheap money out there to throw at the oil industry by design of the globalists. That's right. Our oil production has been shut down by design from the globalists, from the World Economic Forum, from the woke people, from the green client cultists, from all of these people out there that want to shut America down. That's the problem. People, listen, if you're in the oil industry, you've been through crashes. You've lost investor money. Oil and gas industry is right now, it's running off of cash flow, and it's paying back debt from just surviving 2020. Most are drilling right now, but just enough to maintain output with a slow, steady growth. Now, the Keystone, that pipeline would bring oil from Canada and North Dakota to the Gulf Coast to be refined. It's already coming here by rail at a cost, but it would not give as much volume, okay? It would lower cost differential for Canada and North Dakota producers who sell their oil at a discount due to the rail cost, and would bring about 830,000 barrels a day to the Gulf Coast. Now, speculation says it would only lower gas prices by just a few cents. So it really wouldn't remedy your pain at the pump. So that's about the extent of my knowledge on the pipeline. But here's the thing. Oil companies, they want to react. They want to react to these gas prices, but they can't. The banks aren't going to lend. People don't want to go to work. The supply chain is broken. Drilling enough wells to fill the gap created by COVID takes money and time. And so a friend of mine who's an old timer in the oil patch, he once said the cure for low oil prices is low oil prices, and the cure for high oil prices is high oil prices. Now you do the math of that in your head. The problem is that when you stop the free market from operating by injecting a globalist agenda, you end up where we are today. So you don't just, again, I go back to Glenn, God bless him, you don't just open the valve to increase oil production. It's capital and time intensive to extract hydrocarbons from the earth. You have to get permits approved. And the federal government they're not approving permits. You have to construct locations. You got to replace the wells. You got to drill the well. You got to frack the well. You got to build production infrastructure. Labor and steel shortages. We're dealing with that. So you're basically looking at about a 6 to 9 month process at best. We've gotten ourselves into the perfect storm. And let me tell you, when it comes to energy independence, once again, we are screwed. Screwed. And that's what's happened with this Biden administration, folks. You don't just go turn the pump back on.